Nice. This is one of the things I'm like so happy with and proud of. Look at this beautiful color. Like, come on. Hi everyone, my name is Summit Malone. I'm the founder of noVice. noVice is a non-alcoholic sparkling cocktail brand, and I thought I'd make this video because the behind the scenes of everything, especially starting a beverage business in particular, is really interesting and kind of crazy. From batching through canning and getting the website on, it has been quite a journey. I actually intended to start off with launching 2 flavors, the Berry Hibiscus and the lycheetini, which you can see some of the lycheetini here. Our first batch of lycheetini did not come out right, and I had to essentially throw it all away. So, to say it's been a journey is an understatement. So let's start at the top of batching. So my co-packer, which is a contract packaging company or manufacturer, also called co-man, basically they're like a contract person, like you don't have your own facilities, so you pay to use their facilities and they produce your product for you. Now, like I said, lycheetini did not come out good. So once we figured out that that one wasn't where it needed to be, we paused on creating our berry hibiscus flavor and reformulated. That was a process. We spent a day side by side with a food scientist figuring out how we could change the formula to make sense and taste better. And that was $5,000. So this stuff is not cheap at all, but it was more important to me that they actually tasted good and I could stand behind it confidently, even if it's not exactly perfect, that it was actually something that people could enjoy. And so it just had to happen, but that's where this started. Once we had that new formula, there were only a couple ingredients I had to purchase, send it to them, and then usually once they receive all your ingredients within 2 or 3 weeks, they can get you into their production. So once we actually got all our ingredients to them and got in the production schedule, the day of batching comes. This was a really, I swear, it's like no matter what, there's always something going wrong. So I got to the facility, they had already batched it, and I tasted it, and I thought, this is a little like off. Like this isn't what I was expecting. So we looked at the recipe, and it turned out they batched the first formulation of the recipe, not the new one. And if this was lycheetini once again, it would have been a wrap. Like this would have been once again trashed because it just wasn't even close with lycheetini. But thankfully, by the grace of God, thankfully, Berry Hibiscus Margarita's recipe did not change all that much from the first variation. This was a generally easier flavor to figure out. So, so I honestly was so close to just crying. My eyes were just tearing up and I was like, oh my God, it's always something. But we were able to look at the old recipe and the new recipe side by side and figure out, okay, we just need to make these little tweaks and we should be really close to where we want to be. That was day 1. So once the full batching process is done and I'm okay and I sign off on the flavor, they leave it a few hours, usually overnight, for everything to homogenize and everything to just get to the right temperature and pH level. And so came back the next day, and the next day is the canning day. And this was a really fun process to watch. Honestly, this is the best for content too, because it just looks so cool. You have this machine, it's like a huge machine, your cans feed down one way and get washed, and then they go through the process of being filled, and they get their lid put on and it spins around, and then it comes out the other end of the machine. And it's just a really interesting and fun process because all the months of hard work and formulations and money that you're putting into this is just kind of coming to this very satisfying end where you're seeing your product fill can and come out perfectly ready in real time. And it's just so much fun, and it was a really special thing. But yeah, all this to say, beverage is not easy. And I'm really grateful that I was able to get this figured out. I'm really excited to say that Berry Hibiscus is now live and available on our website. And yeah, if you try it, I would love your feedback. But if you stayed through this video, thank you so much for supporting me, watching this, learning about noVice. I have so much in store for this brand, guys. I have so many other flavors I would like to do. I have a whole nother expansion line of, I don't want to share it yet, but I have a lot of plans for this. I can't wait to go through it and share with you guys along the way what happens in this crazy business. So thank you for being here. and talk to you soon.